Hey, this is Dr. Do, and if you are watching this, that means that you need some help with figuring out how to schedule appointments online. Thank you for being an online tutor. I really appreciate you. It's quite an interesting skill, and this is still a new area. So we're excited to kind of work out the mechanics of meeting with students online and making those interactions as meaningful and personable and impactful as possible. So let's get started right away. What I did was I'm at the home page right now for online tutoring, but I need to set a schedule for the times when I'm going to be available for one-on-one conferences and for drop-in hours for tutoring. Um, when you are working with conferences, you should realize that the scheduler and the conferences do not talk to each other. They're not an integrated set of applications. I think that Collaborate is, but conferences are not. So you'll set up your schedule, you'll have people sign up, you can have it send you an email when people take your time slots. You can figure out how many people you'd like to have during that time slot, and I'll show you how to do that. But when the time comes to open up the conference, that's something that you have to do independent of the scheduler. Okay, so just remember, two separate entities. So here I am in the home screen for online tutoring, which is also the shell of the class that you'll be tutoring in. I'm clicking on calendar, and you'll see that it automatically goes to the scheduler. Instead of messing around with all of this business, we're going to go to create an appointment group. So we'll say that my name is Bill, because my name's Bill, and my location is probably going to be online. And maybe I would say something like writing tutoring or math tutoring or drop-in appointments, something that helps students figure out whether or not they want you, because there's nothing weirder than having a writing conference and having someone drop in and ask you about quantum mechanics, I imagine. So let's look at the date. You'll want to pick the date that you're going to be available. And then let's just look at a 2-hour block of time, say from 4 p.m. Until 6 p.m. Okay? And then let's see, let's split this into 30-minute time slots. So we've got all of these appointments available. You can say, oh, it doesn't matter how many users, in which case you don't have to do anything else. But you can also limit it to, say, 2 or 3 people per time slot. I would always allow students to see who else has signed up for their time slot. And then however many people can share an appointment. And here you want to talk a little bit either about what it is that you're tutoring or what it is that what service you're offering that day, and even a little bit about yourself. So then you would click Save and Publish. We won't do that right now. But then students in the student view would be able to click, actually let's save this and not publish it. Oh, that's right. We need to look at what class this is going to be in. So I'm going to click Online Tutoring. These other things, this is a class that I'm teaching now. This is my design class for that class. And then this is a design class for online tutoring. So this is the one that I actually want. And it will show up here, and then if you were a student, you would be able to go into the scheduler, you would see this, and then you could sign up for a schedule a conference from that point on. So when a student does that, you can have it send you an email, and then it'll go all the way up until like the minute that you're in your conference. And if you set up a conference and it's only with 3 people, then when you set up the conference, you would invite only those people. Let me give you a quick rundown on how to do that. So let's go to online tutoring to the home screen, and then we'll click on conferences. And then these are all the conferences that you've had before. And if you make a recording of the conference with Big Blue Button, it'll hold on to a tape of that for 2 weeks. Just for training purposes, I like to look at them to say, hey, you did a really good job on this. And maybe like, hey, this tutor, you may want to look at that and see what they did right. Or, oh my gosh, you have a problem with apostrophes. Let's do a little retraining on that. But I think that those are very useful tools to be able to save and look at those things. But do know that nobody outside of the administration in this classroom will be able to see that. So when you make a new conference, say you have a student who has signed up for a 15-minute conference and you're about to open that conference, you click on that new conference and you'll notice that it takes a while to do this. Sometimes it isn't anything on my computer. It isn't anything on your computer. It's just sometimes the Canvas interface for CWU takes a while. Ah, there you go. So it finally came up. Whoo! Here we go. So this would be, the name of it would be an online tutoring conference. Big Blue Button is how you know that you're going to be recording it. So you can either record the conference or not, and then put in the correct length of time. So since you had people sign up for 30-minute time slots, you would just go through that 30 minutes. And so say you had someone named Valerie. Maybe she's emailed a paper to you and you're going to pull it up in the conference and talk about it. But this way it would show exactly you could show exactly who it's for. And instead of inviting all course members, since there are thousands and thousands of online students and students in the centers, you're not going to want to invite everybody to this one unless it's a drop-in. If it's a drop-in for everyone, then you invite everyone. So then you would scroll down and you would just find the person that you're looking for. I made up the name Valerie, so maybe there's a Valerie in here. You click on that person and then you hit update and it will create that conference for you. Okay, so I hope that this has been helpful. If you have any questions, you'll probably want to get a hold of Sandy Gruberg, or you can send an email to onlinetutoring@cwu.edu. Thanks.